allergies to medications I should be aware of?
No. Hey, 2.0 crew. Well, where am I at and what am I doing? Well, I am back in Pennsylvania. So it's been a couple weeks since the accident, and that's what you just saw as some of the footage from the accident. I've wanted to do a follow-up video with some of the footage that I had from the accident. Also, my doctor, Dr. Anthony, after I was in the hospital the very next morning, he took me out to get my car. Well, not get my car, but unload all of my stuff from out of the back of the car into his pickup truck. I did talk about a lot of this, but I talked about the accident in very good detail with my wife the other night on a live, and that was on a Tuesday. I'm going to show you just a brief clip of that because I really encourage you to go watch that, because I go into a lot of detail about everything about the accident, what I experienced at the impact of the accident, the car, and everything. So in the beginning clip of this video, you see them coming with the jaws of life, but there was a lot that transpired at the beginning of that. So this is the thumbnail right now for that live, and here's a real quick clip, just a little view where Miss 2.0 and I are talking about this. Coming from, like, I could feel it. I could feel it running down my arm and everywhere. I'm going to switch this mic just to this side so we can, hopefully they can hear you. And I felt it, and I kept saying, I don't know where, and it was a little while, and I kept looking and looking and looking, and I couldn't find it. And, you know, so
find what, the blood?
The blood, and it was just, I felt it running, and like I said, I heard it dripping. And that's when the ambulance got there, and the worker came running up to the window because I couldn't get out of the car. They needed jaws of life. But he shined the flashlight in the car, and he said, "Sir, are you okay?" And I said, "Yes, I'm good, but I don't know where all this blood's coming from."
What did he say when he saw you in your head?
Yeah, that's coming. So he's got the flashlight, and he said, "Are you hurt anywhere else?" I said, "No, I'm fine." I said, I don't have any pains or anything, but all this blood." And like I said, I could hear it dripping. And Lisa was on the phone. I had her on speaker, and he put his hand in through the car window that was no longer there. Yeah, and I go into a lot of detail about that, and also the different events that transpired. But that, I believe, that portion, when I really start talking about the accident itself, was around the 15-minute mark of that 3-hour live stream with Miss 2.0. I encourage you to watch the whole thing, but if you want to just pick up right there at that portion, it's at the 15-minute mark, I believe. And I am going to link that video at the end of this one. Now, I say all that. Don't do that right now. Wait till after this is over. Then you'll have a little bit more visual and context of everything. But I say all that to let you know that I believe this was a true blessing. Now, it's hard to say, just looking at it, that, Tony, you were blessed. But I can say that. Now, I do want to say that not one airbag went off in the car. And I know, talking to my daughter, she said, "Dad, no, none of the airbags went off?" And I said, "Well, were they supposed to?" Because, you know, you can get a lot of injury with airbags, but they do come with the jaws of life to get me out of there, and we talk about that in detail. So what I'm going to do in this video is I have some footage of Dr. Anthony, my doctor, us going to retrieve my stuff out of the Subaru.
and I show you the car and stuff like that. And we talked to Dr. Anthony, who I found out when I got into the emergency room. I was talking to the head nurse there. He was hooking me up, getting my blood pressures and everything, making sure everything was accounted for. And they said, "What are you doing out in this area?" I said, "I'm filming for my YouTube channel." And the head nurse says, "Well, he has a YouTube channel about my doctor." And so let's go talk to him. I'll show you that footage. Now, this is the next day. At 2 a.m., I was released from the hospital and with 0 injuries. And Dr. Anthony was getting off at 7 a.m. that morning after working a 48-hour shift. And then he comes back to the hospital about 11:30 and goes over to the car and then calls me, and then we both go over, and this is that footage of us getting there and me talking about, showing you a little bit about his channel, but mainly looking at the car, and wait till you hear what he talks about. All right, here's that clip. All right, I'm out here at Neufeld Towing, and I'm brought over here by my doctor, who was my emergency room doctor, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and he's been really a blessing. This is Anthony. Also, I'm Anthony, but this is the other Anthony. This is Dr. Anthony, though. What is your channel name?
So my wife and I, we just recently started a channel back in August, which is called Lander Lake with Rachel and Anthony.
Mm-hmm.
And we do camping videos and soon to be boating videos. We just finally got our boat back after 6 months of some issues. You know, we finally got it back and it's ready to go in the water. And so we do videos where we can show both camping, overlanding, as well as boating experiences, and try to combine it all and do it all at the same time.
Yeah, it's really, really amazing that the two of us met. So sometimes I look at things like this as a blessing in disguise, and to have Anthony go above and beyond. I mean, you worked 48 hours yesterday when I got there.
Off this morning, yes, sir.
And he got off this morning, went home, and I was blessed. He said, "Hey, let me take you over to your car. Let's grab your stuff, because most likely this is going to be gone." So we're here to get the stuff out of the car. I wanted to document this part of it, to kind of bring you guys along and let you know what happened and just how much of a blessing Anthony has been. I keep wanting to call you Dr. Anthony, because you are, right?
No, you don't call me that. I hardly ever let people call me that.
Right. But he was telling me, we sat up a little bit talking last night, and I finally got to see what is here. Look at this. So you guys would love to see this on his videos and stuff, but definitely go check him out. And he's been a real blessing to me. Just incredible. So we are going to start getting to work and unloading stuff and putting it in the back of his truck. All right. Well,
and if I could add something,
just
for your viewers, I want to add that to give you some insight about where he had an accident. One, his navigation was sending him the wrong direction anyway, and he ended up in a part of our region where we see so many deadly accidents. I mean, yearly, sometimes monthly in that location. So the fact that he had an accident there with a semi truck, which is the common occurrence in that location, and walked away with nearly no injuries is a miracle in and of itself. So, and people may not realize that aren't from here.
Right.
You know, that it really is. I've been out here since 2012 when I moved here and started working, and I've pretty much nicknamed that area the Bermuda Triangle.
Really?
Of Texas.
Well, he was telling me last night that story, and I'm just looking at him like, oh my goodness, I definitely had the hand of God on me and protecting me, because not one. It's just amazing. And then to hear that story and to have that 18-wheeler do what it did, and for me just not to be, just blessed and protected. All praise and honor to Jesus. Amen. one of the blessings is that after we loaded up his truck with all of my gear, all of my camping gear, we went from there back to the hospital to get my camera gear. That's one of the things that the lady putting me into the ambulance made sure she grabbed. So thank you guys for that and just working with me. And if you're wondering who shot that clip of the outside of the car, this clip right here, that's that original clip that's in the video. While I was sitting in there waiting for Jaws of Life to come and was just told about the blood, I asked her if she could just film the car of me in the ditch. So I'm in the car there and you can see that. And then they come around with the Jaws of Life to get me out. But after Anthony, Dr. Anthony, who earned his title, after he got all my stuff into the back of his truck, he took me back over to the hospital. That hospital was amazing. Everybody in the hospital, they were so accommodating. At 2 o'clock in the morning, because I had nowhere to go, they let me stay in there to get a hold of the insurance company, and then I get the rental. But between the time of the accident and when we put everything in the truck, they hadn't had everything figured out with the rental yet. So we go to the hospital, grab my stuff out of the hospital, and he says, hey, I'm going to be putting you up in a hotel for tonight so you can get a shower, get changed. And I have to work a 36-hour shift tomorrow, but my wife, Rachel, she's going to take you to wherever the rental vehicle place is. Now, the closest rental place was an hour and 20 minutes away. They suggested I go to like 2.5 hours away, and I was like, no, that's too far. But up in Abilene. Well, there's a story about that too. But the next morning, Rachel comes, she gets me and takes me for a cup of coffee. What a blessing. And then we go and up to Laredo, Texas, which is an hour and 20 minutes away. So Dr. Anthony and Rachel, they were such a blessing to me. It's like God put them and myself together. And I just praise the Lord for such blessings and how he uses others to just comfort us in the time of need. And thank you, Dr. Anthony and Rachel. You guys have been phenomenal. So Rachel and I get the car at Laredo because I told the rental place, I said, it's too far to 2.5 hours away, but they wanted me to get closer to home. So that's why they suggested Abilene. So I go to the first one. Rachel and I pull over to a Home Depot parking lot, and Rachel's helping me load the car up, and I have the car, the original one, and that's what you're gonna see right now in this next clip. Hey, just quick update. I am at an Enterprise, so you can see Enterprise, and I'm not at the same one I started out at. So a couple hours ago, Rachel, Dr. Anthony's wife, took me all the way to Laredo from where I was at the hospital, and I got the car, and she helped me get the car, this Tucson, all loaded up. The one thing, I was coming down the highway and I noticed that, and it's all set up. Let's pop the back. I have it kind of set up just like the Subaru was. So got the bed on this side, refrigerator, power bank, the table. So I had to kind of put everything back into the car just like the other ones. So I headed off, and on my way here, I noticed that there was 6 service lights on the car. And I'm not familiar with the dashboard, so I didn't see them. But as I'm coming down the road, I stopped here. And this, where I'm at now, is Abilene. So I'm at the Enterprise in Abilene. And I went in, and they're gonna hook me up because when I called Laredo, they said, we got to get you in a different car. That one's probably almost out of service. And I said, I got 1,700 miles to go yet. So I stopped in here. They didn't have anything for me that would be available. So they called over to the airport, and it's going to be about 30 minutes. They're going to come here, and I'm going to keep on going. All right, I don't know what the Lord has planned, but he's got something. So I am going to get it all switched out, and they said they were going to help me switch it out so I can get back on the road. All right, that's it. And our journey continues. But they went over and got a rental vehicle, and that's the Pacifica. And you're going to see that in this clip here. But let's go take a look at that clip. He was awesome. All right, we got everything switched over, and I want to thank Cameron. Here's Cameron.
Hey guys, this nice gentleman right here, I feel like it was honestly a blessing getting to help him out. He told me his story. That's one of the best parts about working here at Enterprise. You get to hear everybody's story, and this was no short of an amazing one. So very nice to meet you. Good luck the rest of the way.
And Cameron was a huge help. Like I said, he got everything all switched around. So we are in a black, what is this, minivan?
Pacifica.
Pacifica?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, guys, we will see you down the road. Thanks a lot, Cameron.
Of course. You have a blessed one.
You too. God bless.
God bless.
I tell you, it was a real blessing. Every person I met on my way home was just overwhelmingly meant to be. I had so many conversations with different people as I was driving, and I would stop here and there because, like I said, I was 22 miles away, or 22 hours and multiple states away. So after I left Enterprise there with the different car, I end up staying at a Pilot gas station the first night. And I wasn't even out of Texas yet. I was in Sulphur Springs. Texas is huge. So after Sulphur Springs, I got up that next morning. But that night, I had dinner, which was from something that I survived the refrigerator. So I tell you about that in this clip. Hey guys, I am in Kentucky. I'm working my way home. So let me tell you where I've been so far. So last I believe y'all saw me is I was at the in Abilene, Texas, where we picked up this rental car and gave them back the other rental car. But I am at a Pilot gas station right now in Kentucky. So last night I made it from Abilene, Texas, all the way up to Sulphur Springs, Texas. Man, Texas is huge. So I spent the night there. I got up this morning. I worked with the insurance company, got them information and stuff. And then I got right on the road about maybe 9:30 in the morning. And then drove, and I drove through a lot of different states. Yeah, where was I at? I was in Tennessee. I went by the big pyramid there in Memphis, but I was in Arkansas. Yeah, long. So I just kept driving today because I really do want to get home. But it's a struggle for me because I see all these things. Man, I could camp here, camp there. There's videos that are going to be out for the next several weeks because I filmed a lot. So it's going to be kind of weird because you guys are going to see the Subaru, the one that was hit by the tractor trailer. But praise God, I'm here. So I'm probably going to just keep the car here. You can see the gas pumps. I'm right out front, but this is the setup here. Let me see if the light turns on when I open this. Yeah, here we go. So very comfortable. But last night I slept right here. So I've got it kind of set up kind of like the Subaru would be. We got our power bank and everything right there in our refrigerator. Oh man, I had some ribs left over from Sunday. They made it through the accident and everything in the back of the Subaru. And I got to that Pilot gas station last night in Sulphur Springs and I was starving. So I opened it up said, "Oh my gosh, I got ribs in here." So I ate. There was 4 ribs. It was a huge rack of ribs, man. And I gave some away to when we went there to that little. It's out in the middle of the desert, and it's a great place. But I gave some to Greg, who was eating with us. He got a ribeye, and I got ribs. But I gave him 4 of mine. Then I ate 8 ribs there, and I still had 4 left over. Man, they were good. I wish I had them right now. But I did stop in Kentucky, and that's where I'm at now, Kentucky. But I stopped earlier today at no, that was in Arkansas. So I stopped at a Waffle House, and it was great. I haven't been to a Waffle House since my trip to Florida, but I ordered. So I order a little differently because I don't get the potatoes instead of anything. So I did the side menu, like add sides. So I did 4 eggs, 2 pieces of cheese, and then they have like a cheese steak that they chop up and stuff. And I said, throw them right in the eggs and scramble it all together. So they did, and I ate it. And then I looked at him and I said, he goes, "How is it?" He had been working there for 18 years. And I said, "It was so good, double it, do that again." So I ate another 4 eggs and another cheesesteak mixed in with it with 2 pieces of cheese. So like I said, this is the spot for tonight. I'm gonna get up tomorrow morning, and I am only 10 hours away from home. Lisa works Saturday as well as Sunday. What is today? So she works tomorrow. So my plan is I'm going to stop in Ohio, Dayton, and see my son, daughter-in-law, and my 2 grandkids, see them tomorrow, and then I'll make my way home Sunday. So Sunday I will be home. But we got a little bit of driving yet to do. Yeah, I think it was going to be, it was like 23 hours a couple days ago that it was going to be, and I drove a lot yesterday and then drove a ton today. But I feel good, looking forward to getting home and giving Lisa a big hug. It's Mother's Day on Sunday, so happy Mother's Day to everyone. I'm going to crawl in here and go to sleep. All right, good night, everyone. I'll talk to you again soon. All right, I appreciate all of y'all and just all the prayers and the support. I couldn't be doing this without you guys. All right, well, good night. All right, guys, that was a great night's sleep. It did rain last night, which worked out pretty good because I could hear it on the car. Very comforting. It wasn't a tent, and it wasn't my hammock. It didn't have a tarp. It wasn't the old Subaru, but it was a rental car, and I'm blessed. So it was awesome. Went in and got a cup of coffee. All right, good morning. I got to get back on the road. But first, a good old sip of this coffee. Now that's a good cup of coffee. Yeah, it is. All right, I'm going to get on the road. Okay, I'm back in the studio. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this video up. I do want to say I really appreciate each and every one of you. And I know I talk about it in the live, but as being a Christian, you know, I know a lot of you guys pray for me all the time, especially when I'm traveling. Pray travel mercies. You've got to hear the testimony that I share in that live. I want to really encourage you just to go check it out because I think you'll be blessed because I know I was. And the hedge of protection that was put around me, and yeah, it's all because of you guys praying for me. All right, well, I made it home. I made it home for Miss 2.0, and we did our live. So again, that's going to be at the end of this video. This wasn't a typical random adventure camping video, but I did camp. gift in several different states in the car, but I just didn't film that part. All right. Well, love you guys. Thanks a lot for all the support and all the continued prayers. Much love to you. I do have another vehicle coming because they did total the Subaru 2.0. This one will not be a 3.0 because then I'd have to change all my merch. So we're going to stick with if we do another Subaru, you might want to stay tuned and find out. It's going to be exciting. All right. Well, love you guys. See you on the next random adventure. I'm probably releasing this. You're seeing this on not our typical Thursday night videos, but every Thursday night we got a random adventure. Okay. Tony 2.0. Love you guys, and we will see you on the next random adventure. All right. Take care. See you next Thursday.